Pipping out my resume, trying to get out of what I'm doing right now. So that's about it.
That Peruvian gigolo gig isn't really working that
It's
well.
not. You get to your 40s, man. It's you're all used up. Nobody wants to use and abuse you anymore.
No, that's it.
I got some more miles in me, man. Just because I'm in my 40s. Jesus, are we fucking live?
Yeah, we are.
You asshole.
I was waiting for
I'm
you to
so
know
glad. I'm so glad it didn't go into a darker path that it really could have.
I was really hoping it was gonna be like, "Yo, man, you know what? I just had the biggest shit in my life, and
No, it could have gone a lot worse. All right, so before we get this show started, Gio, let's hear that voice of yours. Who's sponsoring this episode?
You want me to do the plug? Sure, I'll do it.
You've got the nicest voice here besides Jess.
Aw. All right, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you so much, sir.
Man,
For everybody watching, welcome to another installment of Omnibrosllive. The show is brought to you by InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions and manga as well, up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected editions order, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging that you simply will not get it anywhere else. That's only at InStockTrades.com.
right on, yes, sir. And real quick, I'm going to give a belated happy birthday to a longtime watcher, viewer, and friend of the show, Jesse Say What. Happy birthday to you, bro.
Nice. Happy birthday.
I hope you had a good time. I know that was a little earlier. We were kind of late on this, but I'm going to miss out on the chance to give a good friend a shout out on the show and a happy birthday. So happy birthday to that fool.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. Let's go and get this started out. I am Gabe, Extreme Gabe, and then below me, all by himself, down here in the ghetto, that's the uncanny Omar.
If this is the ghetto, my friend, I am in good company.
Yeah. The Peruvian gigolo down there.
And who's this fine-looking gentleman?
We got a beautiful person here today with the silky fine Puerto Rican voice of the one and only Gio from A Week in Geekdom.
Silky fine Puerto Rican voice. That's what I was going for.
Doing pretty well, guys. I'm happy to be here with you nerds talking about comics and a bunch of other stuff like beer over there.
Yeah, dude. Today's one of those days. My segment of the show is sponsored by Modelo.
Yeah.
What, son?
One of the best ones.
Bring the fucking ruckus.
So, for those wondering, Jess is not sick. He is just on vacation. People tend to do that from time to time, and
no, he's not.
He's still messaging me and giving me shit, though. I don't know what kind of vacation him and his wife are taking, but he's on his phone a lot.
It's a staycation. They're staying home.
He's at home. He's not allowed to go on the internet.
No,
he's resting. He's resting.
Well, it's well deserved. That man is on the internet like every day, just about. If it's not on his show, he's on here. So it's a well-deserved break, but he will be back next week.
He's in a painkiller pill hangover is what it is. We've been there.
He would be on the show if that was true, because those make for the best Jess episodes. All right, we got a lot to talk about, so let's do it. What do y'all want to do first? Do y'all want to go over the solicits coming out for DC, or do you guys want to go over what's coming out this week?
Let's do solicits.
Whatever you guys want.
Out of the way. Yeah, let's do that. We were supposed to do that yesterday, but Disney Plus being
you guys went to town on Disney Plus, which is good to hear. Okay, so let's do the solicits then. Of course, I'm getting a phone call. Who wants to share their screen?
I'll do it because I'm the only person whose internet doesn't jack up when I do it.
True. Like Gio drains all of Puerto Rico when he does it.
Yeah, Puerto Rico just goes dark.
As it should, because it's me.
That's right. You deserve all the internet.
I love that.
It's sorry. That's
that's a little later on the show.
That's gonna be a little bit later in the show. That's right. Spoilers.
So you were ready though.
I was ready. Dude, I'm prepared for this shit, son.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. So I think we're just going to hit the major key announcements and solicits that we have on here. So that's not going to include these Adventures of Superman or this really gross Aquaman Death of a Prince Deluxe.
Hey. Come on.
No,
okay.
we're definitely touching on this.
I will say
right here.
that as much as excited I am for the Lux editions, how many times we're going to see a printing of the Death of a Prince? We get it. We know it's a horrible story, but I mean, horrible, sad tale that should be read by everyone. But this thing has been in print, Jesus, for the last 15 years. We've had several printings of this.
I know Geo was really hunting this down for a while.
Yeah, it is currently out of print though.
Yes, it did. It did go out of print, and now you're getting a deluxe edition, Geo. There you go. Where's my Peter David? Where's my Peter David at, though?
Where's the hook hand? We need that hook hand.
With the fine beard. So let's keep going down here. Bat and the Cat, 80 Years of Romance.
The one that has zero content. Editor's note needs contents.
Yeah, I like that though. I like when we're still surprised later on. We'll actually get the solid, like, solicit. I don't mind that because they'll probably add something that they can't reveal yet, like the actual marriage issue that Tom King is going to surprise us with, or something stupid like that. Yeah. So I saw a black mask edition up there, a collection of black mask
character stuff. Yeah, black mask.
That's for the Birds of Prey movie. Same with Victor Zsasz because he's going to be in that movie.
Yeah, I don't know about that movie, but anyway, that's another episode. Batman by Neil Adams. Does this have the recolored Odyssey book, or this is the recolored books, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's recolored, but it's not the Odyssey stuff. It's his original run of stuff.
I got you.
It's the Denny O'Neil stuff. Golden Age Batman trade paperback volume 6. No one cares. Here's the big one. Here's the first big
no one cares.
Kind of a surprise announcement. Well, no one cares about Batwoman? Am I the only one that cares about Batman?
No, you said nobody cared about Batman, that other
the
Batman
Golden
book.
Age? Yeah, no one cares about the Golden Age stuff.
Man, it's got a following.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know how. Like, have you seen, I know you see the sales, right? So let's talk about that really quick. I know you see the sales because you work at Torpedo. How crappy their monthly issues are doing, with the exception of Batman by Tom King. Like, all those books that they were writing on, that nothing. But then the Golden Age stuff, still selling. I don't know if comic historians are buying it or I don't know. But I find that pretty interesting.
They said that those facsimile reprints that have been coming out, like the first appearance of
he
just came out. That stuff gets more orders than some of their
and that's crazy because Didio was making fun of Marvel for doing stuff like that. And then they go right and do it.
I'm telling you, as much as DC is trying not to do the Marvel like variant thing, like the race shield variant, that has to happen for the later. They have to.
It's a business, right? Like there's no shame in borrowing from the competition. I don't see, if it's working for you, you might as well borrow. I mean, Marvel does the same thing with DC. They borrow elements if they do.
They wanted to stay away from it because there's people out there who don't like the idea of ratio variants. But when it comes down to it, that's going to help drive their sales, and that's something that they really need some assistance with. And they could probably do some killer ratio variants with. I mean, they have Art Germ, they have Jim Lee, they have so many great artists that can just bang out a cover for them, and they could just make it a 150, 100, and they'll help raise those sales a little bit. But let's get back onto this topic. Batwoman by J.H. Williams III Omnibus.
That's awesome.
This is super, super cool. Mainly because you get the detective issues and you get the new 52 issues as well.
And the annual. So this is a
full, complete run of that series.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I mean, we got the Batwoman TV show coming out very, very soon, and this is definitely your go-to storyline if you want to get any real solid familiarity with this character and her lifestyle and her world and everything like that. So I'm ready for this. This is a must-buy for me. I hope this is the cover.
What's interesting is they kept that one issue they made a big deal about that they were never going to reprint, right? Like, so I'm glad that they kept it all in there. And if you've never read this, it is quite. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read it. But this is such a good read, and it starts off amazing. Like Greg Rucka, even when he's off the book, J.H. Williams does what he can, and it still rocks.
Oh,
So,
the storyline with the Alice in Wonderland type character, I don't want to get into any information, but yeah, the art, J.H. Williams is 100% firing on all cylinders with the art in this book.
It is wonderful, and it's a great read. It's a great character.
Every page should just be a print that you could buy. Okay, so now that we got done blowing that really deep and hard,
we went to town on that thing. Everybody's gonna read and be like, "Man, this book sucks."
All right, here's one that's been just driving everybody crazy. Yeah. This is a super big surprise. The Green Arrow by Mike Grell Omnibus.
A lot of people wanted that on everybody's wish list.
Yeah, it was on a lot of people's wish list.
There's 2 Omnis that they've had since I published my top 30 most wanted DC Omnis. And this, and well, I guess I could count Hellblazer, even though it's not in chronological order. I guess it's something, but this makes me happy. I know it's huge, but I like them thick, baby. So there's going to be 2 volumes. There's absolutely going to be 2 volumes. I think volume 2 might end up having about, it'd be about 1,400 and something pages if they add like Brave and the Bold and stories like that and Shadow. So I'm excited. I am here. This when I saw this, because I was on a no Facebook thing this weekend, and when I saw this on Monday morning or late Sunday evening, I was like, "Fuck yes, that's awesome!" I got so excited. Pitched a tent in my pants. I am so excited for this.
I've never read it, so I'm pretty excited to pick it up.
It's a solid read, man. It's a good and
it's a hefty book, clocking in over 1,500 pages.
Longbow Hunters is such a great starting off point for Ollie's story. It's classic, and there's a reason why it's classic. Even when Grell isn't drawing the book, it's still so good.
I'm in the camp of Geo. I've never read this. My real first encounter with Green Arrow was I think the Kevin Smith series, to be honest.
That's a good jumping on point too.
Or even a little bit further back, Final Night, like that whole stuff there, where he 20 years old, where he dies, and
that's in issue 100. So I'd love for them to continue this all the way through Chuck Dixon's run, but who knows? Oh, it's DC, so we're lucky if we're going to get a volume 2. So
yeah. Oh, by the way, I was going to notice that it got canceled.
We already got canceled. Did we get a Twitter notification from Dan Didio? So you guys saw that, right? The Harleen. That's one of the local comic. I know Gabe knows the local comic book days things. Aren't they doing a exclusive cover?
No, they're doing an exclusive cover for that I know of is the Deceased.
Oh, okay. Is it the season? For some reason, I thought it was this. Okay, that's cool.
This comes out way after that local comic shop day. This comes out February, and this is a Black Label ordeal too. Again, another goddamn Batman related title for Black Label.
But I like Step. Yep, not even gonna go there. His artwork. I assume it's
He's solid.
Supposedly, his name is Steven Sedgwick.
Shut up. He pronounces Steven?
I saw an interview on YouTube, and the guys was like, "Welcome, Steven Sedgwick," and he was like, "Oh, welcome." I'm like, "Okay, he didn't correct him." So
maybe he's like my Len Wayne story, right? Where I met him like twice, and he never corrected me because he was such a nice guy.
I just say Sedgwick.
Whatever, man. Fucking yeah. Something else got announced, or not announced today, but somebody leaked it through the Penguin books that DC does, and it's not on here, but it's the Nightwing Volume 1 collection by Devin Grayson, and that collects issue 71. I want to say there should be 2 or 3 of those. So if you have the Chuck Dixon Nightwings, this immediately takes place right after Chuck Dixon's Nightwing. None of this stuff has been collected before, because Chuck Dixon comes back and does Nightwing Year 1, like in issues 101 through like 105. But some of her later stuff had been collected, but none of her earlier stuff. So it's called Collection Volume 1. So maybe we'll see some more, but that got announced, or that got leaked today. So I'm very excited for that, even though her run is not that greatest.
And then what's odd to me is Infinite Crisis Omnibus is getting a third
New edition.
Yeah.
They learned their lesson, man. They're keeping it evergreen. Good. Remember how much that thing was going for?
Cool.
Yeah, that was like a $400, $500 book.
$500 book. I remember looking at it, like looking at the sold Infinite Crisis before the first reprint, and it was $495 is how much one sold for. But you know what I mean? If those people got the money for it, more power to them. Awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they keep that evergreen. That's gonna be great because that's definitely a key book. What else we got going on here? Justice League. Goddamn Justice League with another odd random edition.
That is so annoying.
It is now a deluxe edition hardcover.
I'm God, I hope they don't do those in deluxe editions and just why not an omnibus? We already have the Dark Side omnibus and
that run now has every single format, or at least this run here has
absolute trade, standard hardcover. Yeah, you're right. Not an omnibus yet, though. No, that beginning anyway. I don't. It feels like it's one of those love-hate relationships I have with the DC collected editions department. I'm like, oh fuck, yes. Like I get excited about certain little things, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's who you really are.
But it also brings up the idea for myself of, are they going to continue with this? Are they just going to do random formats going forward for the rest of this Justice League run? Did this take the spot? Because you and I both know that these collected edition departments have a budget for certain things. So, and if they do one thing, then that takes a spot of something else they could have done in that quarter, or that budget time frame. This could have been something else. We have this in 15 different other formats.
But the thing is if it still sells, right?
It's not, that's definitely the thing.
It doesn't matter how many times we complain about seeing it. It's if it still sells. Yeah. So
I mean, it's worth it if they're going to continue and they go to the next volume and the next volume, and continue like one single format. Because I like this run. I'll buy it if I can get a singular like format. I don't want 50 different formats for this.
How many would that take? 5, 6, including the Dark Side saga? 6. If they stick with that format, I'd be happy with that. Yeah. My dumbass would upgrade to the damn Omnis.
The Dark Side omnibus, I mean, that's fine. That's not a huge ass omnibus or anything. That's almost like a little bit bigger than a deluxe.
Was it 51 that's never been collected? Because I know 52 is in the 51 was in the what is it? The Titan story. And then issue 52 was collected in the first Action Comics Rebirth Deluxe Edition. So that's what finishes off those runs. I love Steve Englehart. Yep. So I'm on the fence on that one because it's but I'll probably end up getting it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care too much about these older DC books like this, but I mean, Marshall Rogers art and Walt Simonson art, you can't go wrong with that stuff at all.
Yeah,
I love.
I mean, it's
they did
old
the
school.
Best Silver Surfer for the longest time. So
I'm a big fan of Terry Austin, my favorite inker.
Here's something for Jess though.
Yeah,
Legion of Superheroes Silver Age Omnibus Volume.
That's
3.
right.
The only one of us that is like a true Legion fan is Jess, and I haven't heard from him about this.
Yeah.
Oh, he's excited. He's gonna get it
for sure.
There's the now resolicited Nightwing Peter Tomasi. So yeah, it's really weird, right? Like we're gonna start a Devin Grayson run, and then now they're doing the Peter Tomasi run, which actually this is the last issues of Nightwing before it gets revamped in the New 52. So anyway, I know you guys want to talk about the next book because I'm excited about that one too because I sold my trade paperback.
I just got my trade paperback signed by Tom King. But yeah, Omega Man.
I'm not happy with the price, but $50.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's oversized, man. And so, yeah, I'm not happy with that price. But
wait a second,
had a lot of features on it.
The same price as Justice League. That might be their standard deluxe price now, huh? Wow.
$50 too for the.
Yeah, Justice League was also $50. I noticed that too, but this one, I don't know. This one's 300 pages? 304 pages.
A little over 300 pages, yeah.
Yeah.
The Justice League one's 350. I mean,
it's a little more, right? But
2 issues more, a little bit, kind of.
It would have been.
I mean, it's 12
issues,
issues, but they must have more.
features.
I agree with you. They must have more supplemental material in the Justice League stuff. But I'll probably upgrade to the hardcover for this. I really enjoy this series a lot. It's Kyle Rayner. You can't go wrong with Kyle Rayner.
That's what I was going to say. If you're a fan of Kyle, I think this is an important book.
Yep. And I'm probably one of the only people who care about this, but I love Scooby Apocalypse. I'll be talking about it a little bit later today.
I think Jess really likes those, doesn't he?
Really? I need to talk to Jess about it some more then. Let's see what else we got here. This is cool. It's the Alex Ross oversized. I don't want to call it tabloid. I think they're bigger than tabloids. But yeah, they've been redoing those tabloids in the hardcover. I don't know if they're the same size though. What is it? No, this is just standard size. I think it's a little bit smaller.
Standard sized.
Yeah.
Item is resolicited.
Huh. That happens.
That means its
audio orders were canceled before. That's a pretty standard staple for DC.
World's finest hardcover.
Greatest of the Guardians of the Earth.
That's long before my time. It's from the 70s, but it's got some pretty damn good talent on it.
Yeah.
Now, that statue right there, hell yeah.
The Tom McFarlane statue?
Come at me from one of the best Batman stories ever.
I can never open this up, but I was trying to give it a good close-up of the book.
Batman. It's not working today. I tried
Batman Year 2.
It's not working.
Year 2.
That's the one where he has like 3 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that one's been auto-corrected.
Yeah.
That's the 100th black and white statue.
From the Batman line?
Yeah, Batman Black and White series. It's 100 statues of different artists doing their own take.
It's limited to 5,000 pieces. The only one I want is that damn Batman Beyond one.
Oh, they all look great. I only have one. I have the number 33, I think. It was David Finch Batman.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. But I've hung out with Dustin Nguyen, and he has like a bunch of copies of the Batman Beyond one and like the artist proof one, but he won't let him go on. Fucker. And I think that's it for DC solicits. So
yeah, the rest is just figures.
The rest is statues and toys and all that other kind of odd fun stuff.
Yeah. We do have a question about the Final Crisis omnibus in the chat.
Final Crisis?
Infinite Crisis, sorry.
Oh, okay. What's the question? Is it pulled up?
I can't find it.
Here
it is. Can somebody explain to me? Yeah. Can someone explain to me, is there a difference between last year's Infinite Crisis Omni and this one?
This one's going to have one more issue that's going to make idiots like me buy it. No, I'm kidding. I really don't know. Page count looks the same. There was no difference.
Homework.
There was no... Gio, get on that. My man. There was no difference in the original release and the new release. Other than the cover, right? Under the dust jacket, the original release, under the dust jacket looks different.
Let's see.
Everybody's asking about Jess. Jess is out sick. He'll be back probably Sunday.
Sick? I thought he was on vacation.
Sunday.
Everybody misses the Omnidog.
Yeah, nobody ever asked where Gabe is.
We're no more Smith.
I'm mangled in a ditch. No one cares. All right, so what's next? You guys want to do
Solicits? It's the exact same thing. By the way, the new edition and the previous reprint, it's the same thing. So I'm thinking it's just a reprint of that new edition that came out last year, was it?
Yes, it was last year.
Yeah, well, it's just a reprint of that edition. It's nothing. It doesn't have anything new.
I was unaware that second edition sold out already. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but who cares? What about some hauls? You guys want to show off what we bought recently?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't ready.
I didn't get anything, but I can.
No herpes.
I think my haul is coming like later in the week. It didn't arrive in time, but I did get a bunch of manga. So sorry.
What'd you get?
I bought all the available Demon Slayer volumes.
You know the hardcovers just got announced, right?
Don't play with my emotions, man.
I'm kidding. What did get announced that I saw recently? Soul Eater. Soul Eater is getting a hardcover, which I'm okay. I think I'll end up getting those. So. Jess's last video was with Near Mint, and now he's on his deathbed. Thanks, Omar. He couldn't keep up. What the hell were we even doing? I can't even remember what the video was about the solicitations.
All right. So, Omar, did you get anything, bro?
I did, but I wasn't ready, so my pile was somewhere else. I can tell you what I've been reading. I've been reading nothing but Green Lantern, because I'm doing my comprehensive reading order, so I'm trying to keep them shorter than the first episode. So I've been going through all of my Green Lantern. So maybe maybe the next 2 parts will be shorter. Good Lord, man. I forgot at one time there were 6 freaking Green Lantern titles coming out.
Yeah, that had to have been around the Blackest Night era, right?
No, it was towards the mid to late New 52 run. So that's what I've been reading. And then tomorrow night we're doing Old Reader, New Reader on Days of Future Past, where my wife is joining me because Maddie is taking a break for 2 weeks. She's got some things to take care of. So maybe Maddie and Jess are at the same convention that we didn't get invited to.
Yeah, that makes sense. The New 52, because that's when you had like Red Lanterns and Green Lantern Corps and Green Lantern
Larfleeze, Red Lantern, Sinestro. Yeah, man. Lots.
The Kyle book, which was like the Power Rangers in space.
Oh, Green Lantern Guardians or something?
Yeah.
Then later they did that crossover, that God's Head, where they run into the Source Wall.
Yeah, that was the crossover event. And that's when DC started getting shitty with their crossovers. Before they would put them in like the trade paperbacks, 1 or 2 issues, and then they would be like, we're just going to collect it in its own thing and then leave out the important key issues from the trade paperback. So if you're getting them every, in the chronological numbering order, you're still going to need a few of these other ones. Motherfuckers. Come on, man. What about you, Gabe? What did you get?
Okay, cool. I got some cool stuff I want to say. Let's see. Let me get it over here real fast. This is also going to be part of my read, so we can kind of burn through that a little bit too. I've been picking up Scooby Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I was reading this in singles. I was reading this in singles when this is coming out. This is a great book. It's really exciting. It's when it first came out, and even now, it gets kind of a bad rap. People are like, Scooby is stupid. Scooby versus zombies? That's dumb. Well, guess what? They're going to prove you wrong in this series, because Scooby and the gang against zombies and monsters, and it's awesome. Because you
much fun.
Yeah, it's Keith Giffen, it's J.M. DeMatteis, and Howard Porter on art, and then bits and pieces. The art is also done by Dale Eaglesham, who's one of my favorite artists. So say
his name again. Eaglesham.
Yeah, Eaglesham.
Eaglesham. Got it. Not Eagles Ham, which would have been such a cooler last name.
Exactly. I was going to say that. I've always thought Eagle.
That's like calling Gotham Got Ham.
Got Ham.
It's not my fault. I didn't write this language.
But yeah, no. So this is great stuff. I'm gonna definitely end up picking up the rest of the series. I think there's we just found out there were 6. There's 6 trade paperbacks. But this is good. The art in it is super fantastic. It's Howard Porter. It's probably some of the best. Oh, that's Dale Eaglesham. It's some
Eagles Ham.
Eagles Ham. So it's probably some of the better Howard Porter stuff I've seen in a long time. Yep. Like I'm talking about going back to like his Flash run. So,
yeah, I like his. I wasn't the biggest fan of his JLA run, but his new stuff is pretty damn solid, man.
Yeah. No, it's great. The writing on here by Keith Giffen and James DeMatteis. I mean, you get every character has their own kind of voice. They all have their own personality. They all have their own secrets. They all have their own little shame. So it's very much like watching a normal or reading a regular kind of zombie movie. It has its same tropes and stuff like that, but there's some mystery behind it, of course, because it's it's the Scooby-Doo gang. Where did the monsters come from? There's like a secret underground complex that maybe or maybe not was the cause of the zombie monster outbreak, and somehow Velma may or may not be a part of it, and how much of her is really involved with it, if she is at all. It's good stuff. I mean, it's something that I think people are really sleeping on. Like, this is a great series. So I bought those. I've also been buying some really cool X-Men related stuff. It's X-Men, not X-Men comics, but X-Men kind of ephemera, such as, since we were talking about X-Men 92 animated series showing up on Disney Plus, recently I picked up the previously on X-Men, the making of an animated series.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, dude, this thing is fucking badass. It is written by one of the premier writers and producers of the series, and he goes through, I haven't read much of it yet or anything of it yet, but it goes through everything you would ever want to know about kind of a behind the scenes drama, behind the scenes kind of back and forth of how they created the series. You get a lot. So the table of contents in here, you get a whole chapter on the green light, the struggle to get the X-Men on television, create an animated series in 1992. There's the series Bible in here, so you get all the inside detail information. There's talks in here of how scripts were written. There's storyboard information in here as well. There's interviews with some of the voice actors. So this is a very, you even get, some Exo Squad in here.
Oh, hell yes.
Which I love. Yeah, I love Exo Squad so much. But I mean, it's a catch-all of everything to do with the X-Men animated series. So if you guys are looking for more information, if you're a big fan of that series, like there's meeting notes in here. Like, this guy is like Jim Shooter. He just kept every piece of data and information and note and meetings he could, and he kept it all and made a book out of it. So this is super cool.
I see.
Nice.
Lady Deathstrike. That's cool, man.
Yeah, I love seeing all the storyboard material on here. Like right there, you got a great shot of Apocalypse. So I'm super excited to sit down and kind of just watch the show, read this, and kind of get some backstage behind the scenes material. So that's kind of stuff I like. I like a lot of like kind of the history of things. With that said, I also got this book called Comic Creators on X-Men. And now what this is?
No, this intrigues me. Yeah, I like that. I like that cover. Like that.
Yeah, you got that Jim Lee action right here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what this is written by one of my favorite writers and a former editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, one Tom DeFalco.
Yeah, so, Tom DeFalco, Fantastic Four, Thor. Oh my God, his runs are so underrated, man.
Oh, definitely, and I'm glad to see a lot of his stuff is getting
Epic collections.
Epic
yeah,
stuff. Exactly.
For real.
So what this is a book. All it really is Tom DeFalco interviewing almost every single creator that ever worked on X-Men. So this is basically a book of them just talking shop.
When was that book printed?
This it has to have been like mid 2000s, because the last interview on here is Grant Morrison and Mark Miller. So it's after Mark Miller's Ultimate X-Men stuff and after Grant Morrison's X-Men.
Gotcha.
So about the end of when the X-Men was really good, in my regards, before I started back up again. So real quick, table of contents. Here's the interviews that we have in here. It's Stan Lee, of course, Roy Thomas, Neil Adams, Chris Claremont, Dave Cockrum, John Byrne, Alan Davis, Louise Simonson, Mark Silvestri, Bob Harris, Scott Liddell, Chris Pahalo, Grant Morrison, and Mark Miller.
Cockrum, huh?
It's
so
basically just
that was before 2007,
it's
I think, is when he passed away. That's really cool, dude.
So
I remember
you get you get unseen script information in here too. You get to see how some of these creators did their scripts. There's like unpublished art in here as well. So this is just really, really good stuff. I haven't had a chance to read any of it yet. I literally just got it today. I went to my mailbox and it was in here. But you're looking at, like I said, it's just them talking shop. So it's basically just them talking about how I wrote X-Men, how you wrote X-Men, how did things kind of work out between you and Marvel. There's a lot of, from what I understand, there's some like a little bit of mudslinging and some behind the scenes information. So great stuff in here. I have a few more of these coming in. I had to get the rest of them because I just love the idea of Tom DeFalco going around and interviewing fellow creators. There's a Spider-Man one I got coming in the mail and a Fantastic Four one that I got coming in the mail too. So it's just a little paperback book too. So
nice, man.
It's a little hard to find. Yeah, it's from Titan Books. A little hard to find. I had to find it on eBay. You got to kind of wait on it if you want to pick one up because I think on eBay right now a lot of these are like stupid price, like $50. But if you wait up, you could find these for like $10, $15 is what I got these for. So
very nice.
Speaking of epics, Punisher, Circle in Blood, Incredible Hulk, Ghost of the Future, and Coming of Galactus.
Nice. Yep. Get some good ones. I'm missing that Circle in Blood. I need to get that. I keep forgetting to get it. Man, the popularity of epics in the last, not even last year, in the last 6 months, have just blown up. Like these things can't stay in stock, and
they're great. I mean,
I love that
hardcovers, or not hardcovers, soft covers. It's basically almost like a complete collection, but you get it's chronological. Like this stuff is like you kind of get the same material and sometimes different, maybe even better, like mapping sometimes than omnibuses. So this is really good stuff. They're super affordable. They're like $40, so you can get them for probably dirt cheap off of IST. I had to get Circle of Blood because I got Mike Zeck, John Beatty, Jim Shooter coming into the store at the end of the month. So I'm going to get this super tagged up by all of them. So can't wait for that. That's going to be exciting to read and to get that signed as well. So that's my hauls and that's my reads.
Okay.
Nice.
You guys want to look at the books coming out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. The Collector, I think, there's only 3 so far of Punisher, which is, I guess, that's about as many as X Factor has, I want to say. Because X Factor has 2 so far, and we're getting another one by end of the year.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for that other one to come out. That's the
that stuff's never been collected.
Joe Quesada stuff. Yeah, that's Joe Quesada stuff.
It's
Peter David.
It's Peter David, post Peter David. So it's pretty interesting because none of that stuff has ever been collected.
I mean, because they have the one, but I have both of them. You have the very, very beginning of X Factor, and then you jump forward to when Peter David takes over, and you get the Havoc team of X Factor, and then that third one is the second part of that run. So really, really good stuff there as well. All right, so let's take a look at this week's releases. We're going to burn through this real quick. Do you guys have the discounts up?
I can pull it up. I can tell you.
Okay. I have it up. I don't want to switch back and forth.
I got you, man. I got you.
Word. StreamYard. Do screen sharing again.
Mm-hmm.
That Epic Collection is out of print. Finding that stuff. All right, so Image Comics. We're burning through this real quick and trying to just hit the highlights. A lot coming out. I do highly recommend Farmhand Volume 2. Rob Guillory
Love
is
Fart 1.
killing it in this series. he has stepped out of the quote unquote shadow of Chew, and he's become his own creator. And I'm excited for him and his future endeavors because this Farmhand book is out of control. Super good.
First one was really fun.
Yeah. Lazarus, hardcover volume 3. Man, I didn't know that was coming out. That's super cool.
Oh yeah, so excited for that.
Port of Earth volume 3 and Simon Says volume 1.
Port of Earth was pretty good. I read volumes 1 and 2. My buddy Kyle hooked me up with those, and they are a really good and interesting read.
So down here with Dark Horse, we got Beast of Burden. Comic Book Legal Defense Fund presents Selling Comics, the Guide to Retelling. What is this? Selling Comics is a practical guide to the nuts and bolts of modern comics retelling with essays and best practices, guidelines from some of the sharpest minds. Yeah, whatever.
It's a weird book.
I wonder if we're going to get it in. I'll check it out, but I don't need nobody to tell me how to do my job.
The heck? Danganronpa? Is that how you say that?
Isn't that the video game? Danganronpa? Like I know it's a PSP and a
you can say that, but
PSP.
You can't say Dale Eaglesham. Come on,
Eagle's Ham, fool.
Eagle's Ham. A lot more.
Eagle's Ham sounds like a delicious sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm hungry.
Bald Eagle's Ham.
Yeah, I'll have an Eagle's Ham with some pickles. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a spicy mustard. Empowered volume 11.
Wow,
That's
11
that weird Adam
books.
Warren book where the chick gets powers.
It's
and her
weird.
costume gets ripped off.
Because it's a manga.
Is it a manga?
Oh God, yes.
It can't
Adam
be a
Warren.
manga. The guy's
Adam
American
Warren.
that does it.
Adam Warren is notorious for. He's the guy that did the Dirty Pair and Bubblegum Crisis manga adaptations.
I have no idea what the name that means.
Yeah.
I've only read.
I remember
the first volume.
I know those first hardcovers are like super expensive. I remember I used to have those at the shop a long time ago. Yeah, where she has powers, but she loses her powers the more her clothes get ripped off.
Yeah.
How does that not sound like a manga to you?
How does that sound? That sounds like a reverse stripper. Umbrella Academy, Volume 3, Hotel Oblivion.
Hopefully that will get a library edition. I'm thinking it will.
That library edition that came out is freaking nice, dude. That is
really good. It's really nice.
Shout out to Ralph in the group, Raph, who did a nice kind of a overview with pictures on that. That thing is beautiful.
Flaming Carrot Omnibus. Flaming Carrot, man. I had never read any Flaming Carrot besides the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I did an overview of this. It's really interesting to say that. I read the first issue yesterday and then the second issue today. To say the least, it's pretty interesting. I can kind of see why a lot of creators, because it's a character that a lot of creators, always talked about. You'd always see comic book characters wearing the Flaming Carrot, and I didn't know who the hell it was until 25 through 27. Those are issues with the Ninja Turtles.
Why a flaming carrot? Why is he a carrot?
I don't know. I'm not Bob Burden. I can't, dude. It's crazy. It's like it came out in the late 70s, early 80s. It was self-published. The guy, his origin is he read 5,000 comic books on a dare, and this is what he turned into. And his feet have fins. Come on, dude. How does that not sound like a manga, Gio? Stay with me. Stay with me.
I dig it.
So, like, his feet are fins. I know he has a gun. Like, he shoots bad guys. But you guys know the movie Mystery Men?
Mm-hmm.
That's Bob Burton created those characters, and they show up in the Flaming Carrot books. So
I know nothing about this. I mean, I think Flaming Carrot. I might know him from like Madman for some reason.
He was part of Image for a while too, like for
a
couple of years probably.
Bob Burton stops in the store and just hangs out sometimes.
That's awesome.
So I've talked to him and
just nonchalantly he just shows up. That's cool.
You'd be surprised how many people just stop in the store and just to hang out.
You live in Vegas, man. Of course, it wouldn't surprise me.
Mike Choi showed up like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's just random.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I saw Don Rosa an hour away from my house, and that's all I have.
You said it was like a weird cafe he was eating at.
Yeah, we were at one of those egg cafes. What the hell was it? Wild Eggs or something? Something
isn't that a cafe?
No, something that's been around, I'm sure, in Vegas for a long time, and it's just now coming to Kentucky. Let's see. I'm keeping an eye on the.
We got a couple. We got one called the Cracked Egg. We got another one out here called
Egg Slut. Egg Slut was the shit, man. I love that place.
IDW doesn't really have much on here that I know anything about. I don't know where Bermuda Moons is.
No idea.
I know what My Little Pony is, and I don't know what Silly Symphonies hardcover is from Disney.
I don't know, but I need to get those.
That's a hardcover there.
I didn't know those were out.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, they look like the same dimensions like the Peanuts book that they have.
Oh yeah, it's like comic strip wise, right? Or like newspaper strip like style.
Yeah.
Long way. Like Private Eye was. Or like those Phantom comic strips.
Can I get a hell yes? We got Batman Cape Crusader Volume 3.
Nice.
Man, I can't believe we're getting that.
And two portfolio books.
Yeah. We got a Frank Cho portfolio and a Jim Lee one. The Jim Lee one, I believe, is 50% off this week.
Let me look real quick. I can tell you what's 50%. The DC portfolio, Jim Lee, is 50% off. And then also from DC is I just saw it down here. The Young Justice hardcover Volume 1 is 50% off. And that looks to be it from DC for 50% off.
So we got Flash Volume 1, Volume 10, Force Quest, Green Lantern by Jeff Johns trade paperback Volume 2. This is really great if you don't want to get the giant omnibus volumes. These little hardcovers or these little trade paperbacks, are just as good. They're really cool.
They're like the epic collections.
More or less.
But not epics.
Yeah. Sandman Dream Hunters 30th Anniversary graphic novel. And as we said earlier, 50% off is the Young Justice.
This is standard hardcover, just in case people get excited when they see the word hardcover.
That's what I was trying to figure out, because this is a great book. I'm enjoying this a lot.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Is the Age of Apocalypse Omnibus out of print? I think the second printing is out of print.
Pretty sure it is, yeah. I mean, I can look it up later, but so in the Marvel, we have Age of Conan Belit, West Coast Avengers Epic Collection, Lost in Space and Time. I think this is
love that run.
Is this Volume 2?
This is Volume 2. Yeah. So at Marvel, what's 50% off is Infinity Wars by Jerry Duggan, the complete collection, which is really Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but it's also missing some of the miniseries, but whatever. What else is 50% off? The two Mighty Thor Masterworks, they are 50% off. And I believe that is that, if I'm not mistaken.
So we got Doctor Strange by Mark Waid.
I hope that gets a hardcover sometime.
I'm interested in this because just the whole connection here with Doctor Strange and Galactus is really, really intriguing to somebody like myself who just loves
Doctor Strange isn't that big. Why has he got that helmet? I got you. I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking the same thing, bro.
I know. I have an idea what happens. I'm in Fantastic Four Volume 3. And like we said, Jerry Duggan hardcover complete collection, which is kind of an odd term.
Yeah.
I think complete collection as a trade paperback.
Kind of weird that they went that route, but I guess they wanted to do that instead of getting another Omnibus. What the hell just happened?
Sorry.
I thought you went to go throw up.
I think I did a little bit in my mouth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
That's a nice image. All right, what else we got? There's the two Thor.
The two Thor
Masterworks.
We got the Star Wars Legends Epic Collection. These are a hard pass on me. I have no interest in Star Wars.
Okay. Uncanny Origins. Those are the digest-sized books. And then Uncanny X-Men Wolverine and Cyclops, which is the finale of what's his name's run? Matthew Rosenberg's run on Uncanny X-Men.
Look how cute Venom is on this.
You know, those books are worth a lot of money, like the original issues, which make no fucking sense. But
it's early.
Whatever.
It's early Venom appearances. You know, anything Venom right now is just out of control, or it's been like that for a minute. Wolverine and Uncanny X-Men. Is this? This is Matthew Rosenberg stuff you said, right?
It's the finale of that run, and then again,
stuff that doesn't matter because then Hickman just changes everything.
Pretty much. Benjamin is asking how is Infinity Wars, and I think it started off good, but in the middle, man, it took a huge dip. And by the time it ended, I was like, please, somebody else take over this book. Please. I'm serious, man, which sucks.
That Guardians of the Galaxy omnibus that
was pretty
decent.
good for the most part.
Good time. Yeah. And then Infinity War, just like, I think the stuff that's coming out of Infinity War is a lot better. You get that Guardians of the Galaxy by Donny Cates, and then you get the Silver Surfer Black. But yeah, I think that Infinity War stuff just, I don't know, maybe it was editorialized too much. Maybe there was a lot of behind the scenes. Maybe Jerry Duggan just kind of lost interest. Who knows? But it felt like it was just disconnected, and whoever was writing it just stopped caring. Speaking of, coming up in Dynamite, we have The Boys Omnibus Volume 4. This is the trade paperback version.
Those things sell out quick.
Right now,
because
man,
the popularity of the show, it's insane.
Yeah.
Because they're cheap, right? And they have so much of the story. And those, the definitive editions, I don't see them coming back.
I mean, who would buy a definitive edition for like, what are they, like $75, $100?
If they bring them back, they're going to be about $100, I say, if they ever reprint them.
Or you get a nice, trade paperback for $30 that collects more material. It might not be the same size format wise, and you just now got interested in The Boys. Yep. You can't even find a lot of those definitive editions anymore. So you just got into The Boys. You want to read it. You might as well just get these $30 trade paperback omnibus. They're perfect for that stuff. And plus, the material in these omnis is completely different than the show for the most part. The show is pretty different. And Brandon Sanderson's White Sand, whatever that is.
Yeah. Boom.
All right. So coming up with Boom, we got Man Who Came Down Attic Stairs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Volume 9. Steven Universe Unknown Omnibus. Oh, okay. I thought it was just like a placeholder title. Well, just unknown.
No.
And Welcome to Randerland.
Wonderland?
Wanderland.
Thought you went Kentucky on me for a second.
No way, man. My cousins aren't that good looking.
What else? Here we go, Gio. What's that?
Right.
20th Century Boys, baby. B-Stars. I don't even know what the hell B-Stars is, but I know it's huge in Japan. People love it.
Is that Frieza? You gotta wear like a Frieza mask?
No. That's an Ultraman mask, if anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great series for those that haven't read it.
Ancient Magus Bride, one of my favorites too, Volume 11. That's good.
Do you get B-Stars Volume 1?
I don't know if I want to get into it because I know it's a lot of volumes. There's an anime coming out next month, so I might check out the anime. If I like it, then maybe I'll get the manga. But
what is this? Let me guess. This is a manga about Santa Claus's reindeer who, when it's not the Christmas season, he is a high stakes stockbroker. Yeah.
No? I wish. Okay. That would be awesome. But think Zootopia, but more darker and manga-esque.
I like my story better. Where this is how Santa Claus funds all the toys that he has to give all the spoiled children.
Yeah, that reindeer is a business tycoon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's rooting everybody's 401k in 2005.
What the hell are you two talking about?
Yeah, he's a stockbroker, and he destroyed every.
That might actually be a manga. What you're describing, Catwad. I love that name. It sounds so dumb. Children of Wales is quite awesome. I've read the first 5 of those. Good God, I'm so behind. 12. Slow down, Viz. Come on, man. What else? What else is down there?
How about this crossover book, this basketball book? Like he's going to break someone's ankles.
I've never read it. I don't know what this is.
No idea. I don't think that's a manga, though.
It looks like it's getting a hardcover and a softcover released on the same day, though.
True.
Yeah, good for them.
Destiny? I didn't know Destiny had a comic.
Destiny has a comic. Okay.
Are we sure it's? Never mind. It is Bungie.
Yep.
Now my daughter reads those books. You see Guts down there. She reads like Smile and things like that. I don't know what they're about. They're graphic novels for kids, but she loves them.
That's good.
Ooh,
there's a book that
Johnny Craig.
Wants.
I like that. I like that man's art. Which one? Goblin Slayer?
Dorohedoro, Volume 23. That's the last one. It's a very weird, demented series. Ryley sang great praises about it.
This monster book looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm digging that art.
I'm digging that nipple.
Was that what you saw? Wow, you got good eyes.
Okay.
That's man nipple, baby.
Hey, man.
What? I ain't judging.
Word.
Goblin Slayer, How to Build Dungeon, Book of Demon King. I don't know what any of these are.
So Guts is a trade paperback and a hardcover, apparently, also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when they do that. Gives you good, choice.
Konosuba.
Wow, I don't know what Levius is, and it's
Levius-
getting a 3-in-1, dude. Is it good?
The art in it looks amazing. It's sort of like android robots and like cyberpunk. I think there's like they pit robots fighting against each other or something like that. It is getting an anime, but the manga looks so amazing. And then they went and did like one of those like the Berserk show with the CG animation, and it just killed it for me. But I really do want to check out the manga. It looks amazing.
How about this Laser Moose and Rabbit Boy Time Trout? What is this person smoking?
I don't know, but I want some.
I'm about to say, man, I gotta need to share.
And not a manga. I just want to point that out.
Yep.
I want to read this just because of how ridiculous it looks and it sounds.
Straight up. The Collector, Lazarus Volume 3 is coming out this week. Tomorrow. Or Wednesday. Wherever you get your books.
Oh, there's No Guns Life. That's also getting high praise.
How about this official MacGyver handbook? Is it really?
That's what I was looking at. Is that
is this,
really?
It's bubble gum.
Oh wait, that's the new
some
MacGyver.
fishing wire, a book of matches, and a bottle of bourbon.
The Authorized Guide to 153 Hacks. Man, you can find that on the internet. I don't need a book for that.
Yeah, but that's like a 15-year-old telling you how to do a life hack on YouTube. I want fucking MacGyver to tell me how to do a life hack.
Yeah, I can get the Anarchist Cookbook anywhere. You just get a bunch of.
Haven't heard that in a long time. Jesus.
You get a bunch of matches sticking inside of a tennis ball. You get yourself a little bit of a bomb there.
There's my boy Philip Evans. What's up, Philip? That's not the original MacGyver, the Collector. That's that new kid that was Havoc in X-Men.
Overlord, that's good too.
I've heard. Man, there's a lot of manga dropping this week. Jesus, I can't imagine. I used to collect every manga that dropped every month when it was 5 titles.
Oh wow!
Now it's like
back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day, we had to pick them up monthly in single issues.
All right,
Things were better back then. We used to get chicken pox. You little fuckers don't know what that is.
I had to walk uphill to go to school both ways in the snow with no shoes.
I don't.
I didn't have a phone. I had an iPhone 3.
That's the one thing I always get on people my age. They're like, man, these kids these days. I'm like, motherfuckers, do you all remember chicken pox? They're better off than we are, okay?
Yep.
They don't get chicken pox anymore. Like, I freaked out the first time I heard they got rid of chicken pox. I'm like, what do you mean? They got rid of it? Like, it's gone? Like, people don't get it anymore? Because that's some bullshit.
My oldest got chicken pox at 6 months, man. That sucked.
Did you vaccinate him? Oh,
they
6 months. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Oh, that sucks.
So he had chicken pox, and so chicken pox has been gone. Well, the reason he got chicken pox is because grandma had shingles,
Yeah.
And so we took him to the doctor, and they were like, we think he got leprosy. Like, don't touch him. Like, wash your hands every time you want to play with them. And like this whole crazy ordeal. And then we went. They sent us to a dermatologist, and he looked at him. Well, this is fucking chicken pox. Your doctors are dumb. So
from leprosy to chicken pox.
Yeah, and then when it was time for the vaccinations to happen, they were like, "Oh, here's the chicken pox vaccination." I go, "Nah, he already got it. He doesn't need the vaccination. He's got it." There. What do you mean he already got it? I go, "He had chicken pox at like 6 months old. He already had it, so he doesn't need the vaccination for it."
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's it. think I'll be getting that Lazarus book. And what was it? I saw something else I wanted in there.
I have the first 2 Lazarus books. I bought them directly from Greg Rucka at MegaCon like 2 years ago and never opened them. So.
Oh, they're good, man.
Yeah, I know.
They're good. He is all about that world building in this.
But I got a lot of Scooby Apocalypse to read, bro. So come on.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got your priorities straight. But I haven't read Scooby Apocalypse. It might be the greatest fucking thing ever.
Scooby Apocalypse, it's a lot of fun. If you like Scooby,
good.
You're gonna have a fun time. It's a reimagining with real live monsters and zombies. What's not to love?
And you get like Daphne with like military grade machine guns blasting away monsters.
Yep.
You get Shaggy, who's not like a crazy like stoner dope head or anything like that, but him and Scooby got a really great and they're a great funny bromance.
Scooby has like a narrow thing that lets him talk and people can understand.
What? They changed the whole thing, man.
And the Mystery Machine is like this giant like military tank van like assault arsenal thing. Yeah, it's great. It's good stuff.
You know, now I want to collect all the Hanna-Barbera Beyond series that they came out with. I'm missing a few books.
Yeah, because Scooby's really good. Flintstones has gotten really great reviews from all of you guys. So, yeah. What's the 50% off books again? Somebody's asking.
Let me pull that up.
G. Scott.
Shit, I just closed my Gmail. I know that it's Young Justice. It's the 2 Marvel Masterworks. It's the Jerry Duggan Infinity Wars. And there was another DC book. Jim Lee portfolio.
Yeah. Make Havoc real quick. He's got a question for me. Am I going anytime soon to Torpedo OC for any signings? I think I'll be down there for the Adam Hughes and J. Scott Campbell signing, I think. Usually I'm down there for all the signings. I got to do all the CGC paperwork, but yeah. Oops. Oh, here's one. How about this? From Tasty Melon, who's got.
I love that guy's picture.
I do too. That thing is awesome. How often do you feel obligated to buy a trade paperback or omnibus from a local comic store? I try to buy from my local shop to help them stay in business, but IST signing around 40% off is hard to pass up.
Man, if they're having a sale is when I'll do it. I will go to my comic book store. Like usually like Free Comic Book Day, they'll have a sale on collected editions or the local local comic book day, Gabe?
Local comic book day, they're gonna have all that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stuff there. Everybody's gonna be shivving.
Black Friday here in America. So that's about it. That's really about the only times I set foot in there. I don't collect singles anymore, and I miss hanging out at comic book shops, but they can't compete with online prices. It's just it sucks. But
that's not fair. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
No, I mean, unless they order 100 omnibuses a month, so it's very little that they can do to compete with prices like that.
Even then, they would still only get like the top discounts, like 55%. So they still wouldn't be, unless they had to like negotiate some kind of contract with Diamond. It's just they can't do it. If I wasn't working in a comic book store and getting a really good discount, I would buy everything off of online. I still do. I still buy stuff from in-stock trades and eBay and stuff like that. But newer stuff, I more or less can get. I get Tuesdays for my discount. Yeah. But stores can't do that kind of discounting because legitimately most stores get less of a discount than what IST offers on Tuesdays. Or like the new weekly books, 50% off. A lot of comic book stores don't get that kind of a discount. So there's no way they can match that or anything. So it's up to you. I mean, if you feel obligated, if you feel like you want to support your local store and have that local community feel, and you go to your store on a weekly basis and you kind of hang out and you chat with the employees or you chat with other customers and you do friendship that way, it's really up to you. I mean, at Torpedo, if you have a pull box with us, we do. It's laughable compared to what everybody else knows, but we do 20% off. Omnibus, trade paperbacks, collector's editions, all that stuff if you have a pull box.
But you guys also have a crazy warehouse sale, like at conventions. Like you guys, the sales that you guys have,
we have that warehouse
insane. Because I bought a bunch of shit.
New stock. Like you're not going to find this new stuff.
But it's also stuff that could be out of print.
If you find Torpedo, if you find Torpedo at a convention, we do up to 80% off. Based on how much you buy from us. So everything starts at 50% off. And I want to say, I'm pretty positive if you buy 10 or more books from our booth at the trade paperback booth, you're looking at 80% off. So I know Omar and Maddie and Kristan at one time walked away with books. You're paying like $5 a book.
I can tell you right now that you don't get an additional percentage off if you tell them you know Gabe.
That's true. That's not going to
fail. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
They're like, that's nice. We know him too.
I was like, shit, I shouldn't have even talked to him then. I could have saved some time. What comic book stores are good for, though, is what Gabriel is saying, is that you can find out of print books there sometimes.
Yep.
Like, we sit here and we bitch and moan, and I'm not going to pay $39.99 for this epic that's out of print. But then I'm like, oh shit, I missed out on Doctor Strange Volume 1. Now everybody has it for over $100. I'll be happy to pay $39.99 for it's crazy. But that's the mentality. Yeah, most of us have, not all of us.
Yeah, I mean, that one time Jess was out here is when X-Men Epic Collection Volume 1 was out of print. It was like $100 book.
It was insane.
Yeah, we were shopping around the local comic book stores. And I found him one at a local comic shop, and he got it for cover price for $40. It's a $100 book at the time. So, I mean, it's always good to kind of shop around. You never know what you're going to find. It's difficult to try and go there and drop $150 on Omnibus when you can get it from IST for probably half off. But it's kind of just up to you. It's stores. It's a really difficult task to compete with online retailers. But honestly, I'll tell you this: I don't have a problem selling books at full price at stores. I sell that stuff all the time, so it's not really a price factor for a lot of people. A lot of times, it's just a convenience factor. I have it now. I have to wait for it to show up in the mail, and wait for it to get damaged in the mail or anything like that. Not if you order from IST. We all know that's not going to happen. But if you order from other places, it's almost guaranteed you're going to get some extra damage for free.
All right, gentlemen, I got 5 minutes and then I got to go upstairs.
All right, everybody, give us some Q&A real quick.
Give us some good questions.
Give us some stuff.
Lightning round style.
I like lightning rounds. Forget there's always a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, it is what it is, but
I never had an issue with that because the only local comic book shop that I had near me closed because of bad management. So the only one that's near me is I would say an 30 minutes away, and they don't carry any trades or hardcovers. It's just singles, and I don't collect singles. So I'm like, well, okay, I'm not gonna visit that store.
Hey, highlight Mindfunk's question. That's a good question. We can chime in on that.
I went to a local comic shop store the other day, and I found a what is it? Inferno Prologue Omnibus and Powers Volume 6 Definitive Edition. I was like, man. So Mindfunk wants to know, how do I get a girlfriend?
You got to flex those Uncanny X-Men by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont Omnis, man. You got those? You pull up next to a girl at a curb. She'll slide right in your car.
Is there like a $50 bill you got hanging?
I'm not. That's all I'm gonna say. You got those Omnis while you're driving around. Say, hey girl, look, check this out. She'd be like, shit. Are those the out-of-print Chris Claremont Jim Lee Omnis?
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, she is sliding in that car.
Yeah, man. Wetter than 151 water guns.
I was gonna go that route. There's actually some really good questions now.
Yeah, that's just good stuff. Right on.
Here, highlight whichever's you want, and we'll take a couple.
All right. So here, this is good stuff, guys. Thank you. Who's the better writer, Grant Morrison or Alan Moore? Fight. Hate.
Man,
Wow.
it's all subjective, right? Like,
It's subjective, but let's say who we enjoy more.
Oh God, man, this is so hard because when I think of
enjoy
Alan Moore, I think of all the years. Go ahead, Dale. You go first.
I was gonna say, like, they're both legendary, but I think I enjoy reading more about Grant Morrison simply because he does go into the crazy territory, but it's usually associated with fun. Whereas with Alan Moore, it's a lot more serious when he did his thing, or in my opinion.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I tend to probably lean more towards Alan Moore, and it's because of his earlier stuff, like his stuff he did with Swamp Thing, V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and even his stuff up with Tom Strong and Supreme.
Yeah.
But man, Morrison for me is roller coasters though. Like, it's not fair because Morrison has written X-Men, right? Like, Morrison has written Justice League, whereas Alan Moore has written one-offs like Batman, right? The Killing Joke. So it's not fair to compare that. Like, it's not he's had like a big, huge run on a certain book. So, but shit, I'll stick with Alan Moore. For me, anyway.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Omar. I think I'm in the same camp as Omar. I like Alan Moore better. Grant Morrison is. I met the guy. I love the guy. We've hung out. Great guy. I love a lot of his work, but there's also a lot of his work that I have a hard time getting into. Honestly, he's very hit and miss with me. Invisibles, you can miss me with that. That thing is out of control.
That book is hard to get into.
Yeah,
and honestly, some of his Doom Patrol can be a little rough too. But
yeah,
for the most part, it was pretty good.
Right, but for things like Joe the Barbarian's really good, his X-Men run's really good, his current Green Lantern is really good. There's a lot in there that he has that's good for him, or that's good that he's done. And he's still a fan of comics, where Alan Moore has some of the pinnacle reaches of comics with Watchmen, Swamp Thing, From Hell, everything up into like Legion of Superheroes or League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I can really get into and I really enjoy. But at the same time, he hates comics. He hates.
Well, he says he does. I don't know if he's just old now and bitter.
I can't deduce whether he means it or not. But I'm just going by what he said, which is he hates comics and nobody can do them as good as him. And that's more of a personal issue I have with him. And I'm pretty good about separating personal issues with their work on a lot of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think I got a Watchmen tattoo, so I think Alan Moore in that camp is a better writer. But I think currently, if you were to match up like the current League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with current Grant Morrison stuff, I think Grant Morrison will take him out. And like Omar is saying, Grant Morrison's done one shots. He's done Batman: A Killing Joke. What was that Superman title he did? What do you get the man who has everything?
Oh, whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow? You talking about Alan Moore's?
Yeah. So he's done little things like that were a big deal. But he doesn't really get, other than Swamp Thing, he doesn't really have a lot of footing in a singular mainstream character that you can really kind of judge. It's apples and oranges. You can't really judge them the same. But the work that they put out, I like Alan Moore stuff more, other than like Lost Girl. That stuff is really weird. This is towards me, but I think this is good for for everybody here on the panel. Do you think the omnibus balloon is about to burst?
How do you define that? What does that mean? Like as far as collecting them, or are we talking like, are they not selling as much as they used to?
Yeah.
Because if anything, they're selling a lot more now than they have been in a long time.
Yeah, I never thought we would get a third printing of Infinite Crisis Omnibus. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think DC's caught on to it as far as reprints. I I think 2020 is going to be the year when you mean if they've hit that bubble, because in 2020 we're going to be getting a bunch of reprints, right? So literally when we're looking at March or April, we're looking at about 5 or 6 Omnis from Marvel alone, if you don't have the original printings of some of these, and if you want them all. I mean, that's $600, that's $800, depending on the price of these books. So that's really going to be the year whether people like, oh shit, I can't afford everything, I guess I'm only collecting Conan now, or just X-Men, because we're going to be getting a lot, and that's just from Marvel. I mean, that's not even talking DC and what they've got up their sleeve if they have a game plan,
or even the other companies too.
Well, the big two are the ones that do the big omnibuses, right? Like, sadly, nobody else for some reason doesn't like big books. Like, they like big soft covers.
A couple years ago, people knew what the heck an omnibus was, so I think a lot of people are catching on, and they want to get that omnibus experience. So I think it's a growing market, in my opinion, compared to a few years ago, anyways.
Yeah, I think we're getting a lot. I think we're getting a lot more new people in the market for omnibuses, because I think it kind of happens with age, honestly, that you kind of age out of collecting single issues, maybe because just your life changes, like work or family gets in the, kind of takes up your time, and you don't have time to read single issues. And by the time you get around to reading,
and they're so expensive now too.
Dude, they're $5 a book, and that's only going to go up. That's going to continue. It's going to be $7-8 in the next couple of years, for sure. But yeah, so I think as people start aging out of single issues, the collected editions and omnibuses is the way to go. So I think there's a continually growing market for them. And with things like IST and Amazon and cheap graphic novels and all these other online retailers, it's easier to get them at a freaking amazing discounts compared to what you can get.
I will say, I've got one more thing to add, and then I have to go. We're also at this, point in our lives where we want to relive our childhood, and getting those books out. There's a wonder behind getting a single issue out. But then when you're like, oh, I got to pull out all these issues, then I got to go round up the issues of X Factor to read, the Extinction Agenda. Oh shit, I better find my New Mutants too. When you can just have it in the hardcover on a shelf. I mean, you look at things like limited edition video games, limited edition movies. We like spending money on the best of the best version of whatever it is. So I'm surprised we don't have, those day one video games. Day one, I know Gio knows. I don't know if Gabe plays that much, but day one video games. I'm surprised we don't have a day one limited edition comic book cover on some of these Omnis, like the lithograph cover or something like that for your day one. Oh my God, they start doing that.
We're done.
You ain't gonna be giving no 50% off of them books, man. Those books are gonna get 10% off. I'm serious, because like the
David Gabriel, get on that. Get some like acetate covers.
DC, what was it? The DC, the villains, the 52 villains, right? That first printing has that, like that.
The 3D.
Yeah,
lenticular cover.
Lenticular cover. That's what it is. Man, you put that shit out, dude. People will go nuts. Limited to 200. Damn.
Well, not even just that, but they did like limited to just comic book stores, like Mr. Miracle, and that went out of stock really quick.
Yep.
So that kind of stuff. A local comic book store day with the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Shattered Grid hardcover and the reprint of not Volume 1 but also Volume 2 together. That's going to blow up.
That's crazy.
Extreme.
I think they are.
Most stores are going to put those on eBay for $500.
They have no idea what they're in. Like Boom has no idea what they're in for. Those are highly sought after books.
I still got the guy's business card, dude. I talked to him. I'm like, dude, you need to reprint that stuff in a legitimate way. And
a lot of it has to do with they work as a group or they're shorthanded. They don't have the people, the manpower to keep up with these things.
It's a small business. I bet these guys have a day job too.
Well, exactly. That's exactly what a lot of these things are. Like you think you're talking to somebody, like unless it's one of the big two. I don't see really an office. Like 3 guys hanging out in a basement talking on StreamYard. Like, hey man, what the fuck are we gonna release for Boom this month?
Yeah.
There was something else I was gonna add, but anyway, that was my 2 cents. I think we're living. My buddy Benjamin said it best. We are living in the golden age of collected editions. He's right.
I think that's why all these
we truly are.
That's why all these whales getting reprinted, because there's more people coming in to buy it.
Now I don't see everything getting reprinted. Like no. I don't see a high demand on Captain Britain getting reprinted. Mm-hmm. So I think Jim Mint's in the chat. He was asking about selling all the whales.
Highlight that.
I was like, I don't know if I should sell. I'm not gonna sell my. I haven't sold any of my books, but I don't see books like Captain Britain getting reprinted. But I could be wrong. Shit, Brian Braddock could show up in the new X-Men movie, and then they're like, reprint them. Mm-hmm. All the Alan Moore shit, everything. Which, by the way, if you've never read that stuff, it's pretty damn good.
Like Eternals, I would never think Eternals would get a reprint. Even now with the movie, maybe. I mean,
oh, absolutely. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Infinity Gauntlet didn't get a reprint and that had 2 fucking movies.
Well, that was because of what's his face, Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige reached out to Marvel and was like, "Hey, you know what's really cool is you guys should have these box sets." Right? Like, you guys should make these box sets.
That was a Kevin Feige idea?
That was a Kevin Feige. So Marvel was like, okay. So they made Civil War. And it sold so well that they were like, well, damn. Let's do it with another event every year. And now we've got an X-Men one coming out.
Wow.
So
I'll say this. If you're into this to try and make money off your Omnis, then start selling the whales now. Get rid of your Hickman books right now. All that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, I don't know what's going to get reprinted or not.
Your Hickman books.
But if you're looking to make money, or if you have money in you paid big money into these books already, turn it around now.
Dude, we need to have a weekly show with who's that dude with the stock and the button?
Yeah.
Sell.
Oh yeah.
We need to have a weekly.
We could do it. I can pull it. I'll pull up eBay sales and we'll see what the stuff
is. Well, when you see things just oversaturated, you know something's happening.
I want to sell my Roger Stern Spider-Man omnibus because it's going for stupid money. Why am I going to keep it? I might as well just sell it.
Because the prices of whales vary, right? As soon as something gets reprinted, oh shit, it's time to focus on something else. What's out of print? Roger Stern's out of print? It's just the way it is, man.
We saw what happened with Silver Surfer. That thing died after that.
I can't wait for Jim Mint to put CGC on these Omnis. I know he's gonna be the first one to do it.
No, I told you, Torpedo was the first one.
I always made fun of you but I think he might beat you out to that.
There's no way he's gonna beat Torpedo on getting an omnibus CGC because I will do it first.
I will make fun of whoever the hell does it first.
Speaking of G. Scott, no, I haven't sold my Miles Morales omnibus yet. If you want it, anybody who wants it, hit me up. Gabe loves 90s comics on Instagram, or hit me up on Facebook through Messenger. Cover price plus $5 shipping if you want it.
Nice.
What a nice guy.
The binding is glued. I did the video on it, so it does have nice binding because I re-glued that.
It's a customized edition by Gabe.
That's right. I'll autograph it for you too.
Omar, before you leave, there was a question earlier that I wanted to try and answer with you.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Blade of the Immortal. Seriously, pick it up if you haven't picked it up. But I think you have. Blade of the Immortal, absolutely gorgeous artwork.
I recommend anything from Takahiko Inoue. Whatever book it is, it's going to be great.
Vagabond.
Slam Dunk. Vagabond.
Which is also the same guy that did Slam Dunk. The Evangelion manga is done. What's his name? Satoshi. Oh, God. It's the guy that did the movie artwork. And then Eden. But that shit is it's hard to find some of those. All right, cats. I got to bounce out of here, man. It's good doing the show with y'all. Y'all be good. I'm going to go watch a movie with my little girl.
Oh,
have a good one.
Where can we find you, Omar?
Oh, I'm sorry. You can find me on my channel, Your Main Condition, where I'll be on tomorrow night, live at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, talking about Days of Future Past, one of my favorite X-Men storylines. So thank you, everybody. It was good to see everybody in the chat.
All right.
Y'all have a good
night, buddy.
All right, man. Have a good night, dude. You dipped.
And then there were 2.
Fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding. You want to keep going to questions, or you?
I'm good with whatever you want.
All right. I'm giving some questions for a little bit longer. I got to give my kids a bath in a little bit, though. I'm just going to spray them with the hose and throw, soap on them. Let me see what we have in here. Everybody's correcting me saying that Alan Moore said he hates the comic industry. Same difference that I said he hates comics. Same difference.
Sledge, my thoughts on the JoJo anime and how it compares to the manga. I actually did get the Shonen Jump app. I'm subscribed to it, so I have been reading. I've been not reading. I've been looking through the different chapters of JoJo, and I do own the anime. It's too far. I'm not gonna reach for it. But yeah, I would have to stand up. No, it's okay. The anime is fantastic. David Production is a solid company, and they do a worthy adaptation. But you just can't beat the original drawings, man. That art is just really badass. But you're good either way with both. I'm really loving the anime because I'm binging it as of this week. It's really fun.
I'm trying to find some questions on here.
Ye Meister, do you think the Batman under the Red Hood will ever get an absolute? That would actually be a cool absolute, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that. I don't know. I'm surprised they haven't done one already. I think the only version of like even like a hardcover. I have it. It comes with the DVD, but I don't think it's the whole run of the book of like the whole series.
Yeah.
But I got it because it had the DVD, and I thought that was cool. I think
who knows? I mean,
for like nothing.
Jason Todd showed up in Titans season 2, so
is he?
If he gets enough popularity going, then maybe they'll do a reprint, absolute sized. I don't know.
How about this? This is a nice one from David Robertson. How often do you justify double dipping, if ever? For instance, I'm keeping my trades for Swamp Thing because of the worried feeling of a bad recoloring, but I'm still getting the absolute.
I mostly double dip if I know for sure it's a story that I like, because I have a hard time selling books. So I'm very specific. If I get the trade, and I know it sucks, a lot of people are going to disagree with me, I'm already content that I have the story. But if I do love it, then yeah, I'll double dip. But typically I try and stay away from it because it's costly for me.
Yeah, I'll double dip if it's a vast improvement. I think the last thing I double dipped on, for instance, was Batman: The Black Mirror, and that's because it got an absolute. I probably wouldn't have double dipped if it got like a oversized hardcover, because I have the regular standard size hardcover, and it's signed by Scott Snyder. It's signed by Jock. Jock did the sketch in it for me. So I probably wouldn't have upgraded that, but since they got an absolute out of it, yeah, I'm 100% will do that. Same with Mr. Miracle. I have the Mr. Miracle hardcover, and I know that there's an absolute coming out, and I'll double dip and get the absolute when that comes out too. So it has to be like a legitimate format improvement for me to double dip.
Mm-hmm. You know, I do need to, now that you mention it, I need to double dip on the Monstrous hardcover. I have the trades, and I know I want that hardcover.
Yeah, and then with David Robertson, if he's worried about the bad coloring, I hear you. I would hate to see, your interpretation of a series change, and recoloring will destroy that nostalgia factor. So I would wait until there's like a review on YouTube somewhere, or even on the Omnibus group, somebody takes pictures of the insides, and you can kind of judge on the recoloring. Maybe the recoloring will be an improvement. Maybe it'll fix some issues or something like that, or they might just jack it up. But it's a good safe bet that you can wait on that and not have to worry about it.
By the way, Sledge has a profit question directed towards me, but I think you're the man to answer that.
Wasn't Image Comics Profit was supposed to come out with an omnibus? I heard that they were going to do like at least a hardcover of the current, or not the current, but the most recent Profit. Is Gio okay? I saw you grab your chest and then you disappeared. I thought you had a heart attack on me. But yeah, I I do remember them saying that they wanted to do a hardcover for that Prophet. And I really hope they do it, because that Brandon Graham series was out of control. Awesome. It was one of the best things I read in a long time. But I think it's up to Brandon Graham. I think he has a final decision on that. And he might be apprehensive about it. Who knows? So hopefully soon. And Atosh asked me, what's your favorite House of X and Powers of X connecting cover? It hasn't came out yet. It's the next connecting cover that's coming out, which is a connecting cover of all the villains. It has like Onslaught on it. It has Magneto and Juggernaut. It's this really great connecting cover. I think it's from Jorge Garan or Javier Garan. That one's my favorite. That's gonna be really cool.
Apparently the Monstrous book has crappy glued binding. Yikes.
Oops.
Is that true?
For Monstrous?
Yeah.
That's crap. I don't know. I mean, I have it back here, but I'm not going to pull it out and look at it right now. But that sucks. All right. So I think that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for coming, for visiting us. You could have been doing anything else tonight, but we appreciate you coming in to our little show here of Omnibros Live. Once again, our wonderful sponsor is InStockTrades.com, the number one choice for all your collected edition needs. InStockTrades.com, where you can get up to 50% off on all new titles. You will get free shipping on orders over $50 if you're in the US. Excellent customer service, fantastic packaging. That when you get that box, you get that packaging, keep that packaging. You can use that later for sure. If you're moving or if you're going to sell something later, you definitely want to keep that packaging for those needs. So yes, visit our sponsor, InStockTrades.com. And hey, baby, my son walked into the room. Hey, Papa, what's up?
Sledge, I have watched Dororo. I was supposed to do a video essay on it for my channel, but I completely forgot to do it, and I apologize. But I will try and get that out before the year ends. It just takes a while because I'm busy. Hey, I'm busy with other stuff, so I can't get around to making video essays as often as I should. But it's a great show, and if anybody wants to watch an amazing samurai epic from an anime, then yeah, check out Dororo on Amazon Prime.
All right. What's up, buddy? I can't. Nothing's pulling up for me here. All right. If anybody can see, come here, buddy. This is my oldest. This is Andy. Andy, say hi.
Yeah.
Andy, say hi. Oh, good job. That was a good job.
Nice.
Saying hi. Oh, proud of you. That was good. So, anyways, everybody, thanks for coming in. You want a bath? Oh, yeah. You want a bath, don't you? All right. So we're going to take a bath after this. So, everybody, thanks again for showing up to the show. Eddie, you going to hang out? You going to play with my books? Yeah. Hi. Oh, you want to sit back in Daddy's lap? Ah, you're getting so big. I can't do this much longer.
Yep. Apparently, Gabe cut off. I guess I'll do this. You can find me on my channel, or we can do them where I talk about anime, comics, manga, and everything else in between. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Unfortunately, Gabe cut off at the end, but we were just about to wrap up. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Watch us next Thursday when we will have a discussion topic video. And then on Sunday, we're going to have news and a whole bunch of cool stuff.
All right, I'm back. I don't know what happened.
Oh, you're back. All right.
Oh, I got both of them here now. Hi, Noah. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Eddie, you want to come say hi? You want to see both of you guys? Oh, look at my good boys. Oh, you guys are
That's
so beautiful.
adorable.
They're good-looking guys. Huh? You guys are so smart. Say hi. You see yourself, Noah? That's you. Hi. Oh, you just farted. All right, so that's enough family time. Everybody got to visit my family for a minute. Hey. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, for joining in and hanging out for us. This is a pretty long episode. Again, visit In Stock Trades. You can find me, Gabe Infinity Watch. No, wait, Extreme Gabe. You can find me on the Omnibus Collectors Network. You can find me on Instagram, Gabe Love 90s Comics. Yeah, Daddy loves 90s comics, Papa. And don't add me on Facebook, but feel free to hit me up messenger-wise if you're interested in that Miles Morales Omnibus. I'll get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk a deal. All right, so say bye, Noah. Say bye. Here, look at this microphone. Say bye. Say bye. Come on, say bye. Say bye. No, not today.
Not
You're
today.
just playing with it? All right. Anyways, I love you, big guy. All right, so I'm out of here. Let's go and end this. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody.